And good evening on this Friday. And is that game right here at Hammond Stadium between the Red Sox and Twins ended a few hours ago? Really, Nadine, why go back to the studio on a day like this if you don't have to?
I know the sun is setting, the wind is dying down, but the wind was perfect today if you were out for this ball game. Not only did we have a few home runs, but even a grand slam at today's game from the Twins versus Red Sox. And that's why we're here, is for baseball. And it's another example of why this is such a premier destination for so many across our country.
Yeah, about 5,600 fans here at Hammond Stadium as the Red Sox won 9-4. And as thousands of people pack into the Twins home, as well as the Red Sox home, all throughout March, Fort Myers has also been an epicenter, a home for spring training going all the way back to 1925 for most of those years. And it all starts at a very unassuming spot that people drive past every single day in Fort Myers, Terry Park, where for decades the best baseball players on the planet played right there to get ready for the season.
Take a look. Terry Park is now 4 baseball diamonds at the corner of Palm Beach and Veronica Shoemaker. It's on the National Register of Historic Places, but 36 years after the last Major League Baseball team packed up and left.
It was always fun to go to Terry Park and be around a lot of fans because every game it seemed like it was packed.
Still plenty of memories from the Philadelphia A's, who played there from 1925 and most of the 30s, Cleveland in 1941 and 42, the Pittsburgh Pirates in the mid-50s through 1968, and then the Kansas City Royals, who played their first 19 seasons here in the spring at Terry Park.
I love Fort Myers. I really loved Fort Myers in my time down there. I often tell that to my wife and my kids.
I reached out to 3 former Royals who played there in their glory days of the 1980s when the team was royalty.
I always remember Terry Park being an intimate stadium like that, where you felt that the fans, you had that connection with the fans.
I look forward to eating some of the soul food down there. They had a place not too far from the ballpark.
It wasn't the most beautiful park, but I had spent 7 years in the minor league, so it was kind of like heaven to me.
Along with getting ready for the season, there were also moments these former players remember to get away and enjoy the best of Southwest Florida.
We stayed at a hotel by Schooner Bay where we used to go crabbing and stuff like that. So I loved it. I love when I got an opportunity to drive over to Sanibel Island.
Dog tracks where they had dog racing at. I think it was in Naples. Bonita Springs.
How about Bonita Springs? It might have been there.
Yeah.
It seemed like we were golfing every day. I think Fiddlesticks was a course down there that we played a lot.
As Terry Park sits quiet, empty most days, but for decades, people from all over the nation came right here, making this destination the heart of their spring.
And that was fun for me as a Kansas City native, lifelong Royals fan. I was part of those big crowds that infielder Greg Pryor talked about in the 80s. 8-year-old me was there in 1983 for Braves Royals at the old Terry Park. But here's what I remember out of all this. The traffic on McGregor was awful that day. Of all the things that change in the world, some things don't always change when you're in the busy season, right?
I also know that 8-year-old boy came out interviewing those players.
He had a lot to say.
Yeah.